everybody. Welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Let's go check out and see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Today's beer comes from Pioneer Beer Company. They're out of East Haven, Connecticut. This is their American Pale Ale. Hop Whammy, that sounds more like an IPA name than a Pale Ale. And yesterday we did the Trilliums Pale Ale, and it was awesome, guys. It was outstanding. Very colorful can. Got a lot of green and white writing on here. Says Hop Whammy, a fresh hop explosion, New England style, wet hop India Pale Ale, 7% ABV. There's nothing on the bottom, but Rico sent me this beer, and he's left a little plastic ring holder on there, and it's got 092316. Now, if they're putting this sticker on each individual top when it's broke out of the holder, that's great. But if they're only doing it on one, and it gets to the beer store and they're popping it out of these and something on it has no date, that's bad. That's a bad thing. But he's left, I'm not sure, Rico, if you bought a 4-pack or a 6-pack, however this is produced, you might want to post in the comments that it had the sticker on each individual, top of each individual can, or if it just had it on one for the whole 4 or 6-pack. So I'm not sure. If it only had the one, that's not good, guys, because these beer stores are going to pop them out of there and set them on the shelf. And they probably have some they're going to leave in the 4 or 6-pack holder, and you can see that on there. But if they're just popping them out of there and setting them on the shelf, that's not a good thing for us as craft beer buyers. So just want to chuck that out there, that bit of information. But he has sent me the one that did have the date on it if they're not doing it on each individual one. So. And I don't know how big the brewery is, guys. I'll tell you straight up, Beer Advocate and Rate Beer don't have scores for this. Not enough people have posted anything. We've only had a couple people on each site that's posted some comments about this beer. So I don't know how big the Pioneer Beer Company is. And they might not have been able to afford that machine. Because those machines are, so I've had people tell me they're not that expensive, but they can be. They can be an expensive thing to do, but if you're going to get into the beer business, you need to have that machine, especially just putting a little sticker on top of it. And if you're doing it on each individual one, that's the way it should be done. But if you're only putting it on one out of each 4 or 6-pack holder, that's not good, unless it's only being distributed at the brewery, which I'm not sure. He probably sent me a note here on this. Let me see what he's got on here. If he's got it listed here. I don't see it right off the bat. I apologize. I probably should have got that out, so I'm not going to dig it out. It needs to be on each individual can. That's my bottom line here on this, guys. Since they're not dating each individual can on the bottom. So Rico, thanks a bunch for sending it to me. Commercial description, this is a 6%er according to what we have here on Rate Beer, but Beer Advocate has it listed as 7, and that's what's got on the can. So a little bit more of misinformation from the guys over Rate Beer. Over to Untapped, they usually have a lot more information. They have it at 7%, which is right, and they have it at 98 IBUs. So we're going to go with these guys over here because a lot of times Great Beer and Beer Advocate have a lot of misinformation or don't have the beer listed or whatever. And they have it listed as hazy, hoppy, tropical, intense, fresh, dank, juicy, perfect. Sounds pretty damn tasty there. Let me pop this ring off if I can get it off. And so we can get it poured into the glass. This is Pioneer's most sought after brew. We grow our own proprietary Cascade hops. Very nice. We gather all the hops each year in mid-August and brew a beer we call Hop Whammy. Its full name is actually the Hop Wham Mecca, which stands for Hop Whammy East Coast Export Ale. We shortened it to Hop Whammy so you could say it. Our own proprietary hops are the key feature in this brew. They are thrown into the brew wet and just off the vine, a crisp hop flavor that you have to drink to experience unfiltered, refreshing, hoppy, and delicious. This one usually comes around September the 15th. And they've got the thing on this one, September the 23rd. So, and here is November the 20th. So it's about 2 months old. Don't think there's anything else there we need to talk about. And like I told you, the IBUs were 98, which is pretty big for a pale ale. This probably should go in. Well, they're calling it a pale ale here, but it says IPA on here. I'm sure it does. Yeah. Wet Hop India Pale Ale. So, it's an IPA. Rate Beer's even got it listed as an American Pale Ale. Not only did they have the AB wrong, they got the style wrong. So, and over to Beer Advocate, they've got it listed as an American IPA, which it is. And Untapped has it listed as an IPA. So, I don't know what's up with Rate Beer. They're a little off kilter on this one. So, but they don't have any score anyway, so basically they're done now anyway. Alright, well, let me get the top popped on this. This is a 16 ouncer. And while I pour it in the glass, I will tell you the cuisine is curried in your Thai. The cheese is the peppery, Monterey Pepper Jack Sharp. Looks unfiltered coming out of the can, guy. Cheddar, your more pungent cheeses, Gorgonzola Limburger, meat, poultry, fish, shellfish, and salmon. I'll add grilled meat to that, because everything off the grill goes very nicely with an IPA. Oh, I'm smelling the hops already. Glassware, pint, Becker 9 tumbler, mug, San Sadell. Wow, look how cloudy that is. Looks like orange juice. I'm using my favorite tulip glass today, guys, and not recommended for extended cellarings. It's very cloudy, guys. It looks like orange juice. Very, very nice. Unfiltered. Oh, yeah. One of my favorites now. I'm definitely getting into the unfiltered style pales and IPAs. Let's get a nose on it. Oh, yes. These wet hop ales, and especially unfiltered on top of that. It's as fresh as you can get it. They pick the hops and they use them immediately. Immediately. They're not dried, they're not pelletized, and they don't set in vacuum bags. I mean, it's as fresh as the beer can be produced. So, oh yeah, and they're calling it East Coast style. I don't know about that. Smells more like a West Coast style to me, guys. Well, they're trying to take that aspect away from the guys out there in California and Oregon and Washington. Nice, piney, pineapple, grapefruity. And I'm getting a little hints of orange and tangerine in there too. Maybe some mango. Let's dive in. That looks wonderful, guys. That looks like orange juice in the glass. That's where it does. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Rico. $98 IBUs. I'm getting that. This is definitely an IPA, guys. It's an IPA. Strong bitterness on this one. Wow. Almost to the double IPA bitterness. Wow. Big beer. Big bitterness on the beer anyway. Very tasty though. I like it. And these guys on the East Coast, Pioneer, Trillium, Treehouse have jumped into this unfiltered editions of their beer, and it's they're taking it by storm, guys. They really are. They're outdoing the guys on the West Coast, in my opinion, as far as unfiltered beers, and doing that big, up in your face, piney, hoppy, grapefruity, pineapple, tropical fruit note, oranges, mangoes. They're taking it to them, boys. They are taking it to them. Now, you guys out in California, it might piss you off or whatever, but these guys are doing some good stuff over here on the East Coast. Wow. It seems like a bunch of them are diving into this unfiltered versions of their beers. Wow, that's delicious. I would buy this beer if I could get it here. But I will tell you, we did the pale from Trillium yesterday. This one has a lot more bitterness to it. This one is for probably the seasoned IPA drinker. 'Cause 98 IBUs ain't messing around. It's a lot more than you're going to get from a 45 or a 50 IBU beer. So, very tasty though. It is to me. Well, let me take it back and let her have a couple sips and sip on it for just a bit, and we'll come back and do that final chug thing. Alright guys, I'm back. I've probably been sipping on this about 45 minutes or so. Very tasty beer. Very, very tasty beer. The guys at Pioneer do some tasty stuff, especially all these guys that's jumping on the unfiltered bandwagon. So, very nice. And very impressive beer. I enjoyed this. Would like to see them go away from these little price tag looking stickers on top of these plastic caps. So if you want to get into the big boy pants, go ahead and get you a dating machine and stamp each individual can. That's just my 2 cents. So let's do the final chug here. Very nice. Now at the bottom of it looks like grapefruit juice now, guys. Not quite as orangey as it was. Looks like grapefruit juice. I swear it does. Final chug. Big grapefruit notes. It's like an unsweetened grapefruit juice. Big bitterness to go with that too. Almost 100 IBUs. That's usually into the double IPA range. So, being a 7%er, it's got the big boy pants as far as the IBUs. Heavy bitterness to me. A little over bitter as far as I'm concerned. I don't think for a 7%er it should be 100 IBUs. But it was damn tasty. I will have to tell you that. Guys, as far as I'm concerned, it's 9 out of 10. It's so close. You say, oh man, you're crazy, it's a 10 beer. I wouldn't argue with that. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10, and I'm gonna give it to 99. That's how close it is. I'm just not a big fan of these stick-on dating things on these plastic caps. When if it goes to the stores, they pop those out there and set them on the shelf. And usually only one sticker will go on the 4-pack or the 6-pack. Now these guys may be different, but I think they need to get their dating machine, get it on. And evidently they're pretty small, because Beer Advocate and Rate Beer, either one has no score for these guys. So not enough people have got it. So maybe they're a new brewery and all that. So we give them the benefit of the doubt, but it's a damn tasty beer. I will say that. Just a little heavy on the bitterness, in my opinion, for 7%. I enjoyed it. It was very tasty. Rico, thanks again, my brother, for sending it to me. Like I said, no ratings from these two guys, so we'll go over to Untapped, and I'll give you that info. They have it at 4.19, so definitely a beer there too. So if you've had this one from Pioneer Beer Company, they're Hop Whammy. Hop Whammy, New England style. I'm not so sure about the New England style. Maybe the new New England style is unfiltered IPAs. That seems to be a hot tip right now. It seems to be the new trend here over the last 6-8 months or so. So I'm very, very big fan of these new unfiltered beers. So if you've had this one from them, Pioneer Beer Company, their Hop Hat Whammy, let me know what you think, guys. It's pretty damn tasty. I enjoyed it. So I would buy this beer if I could get it here. So let me know what you think, guys. Come on back tomorrow. Let's see what we dig out of the fridge. See you then.